Dexter, Season 7, episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you are caught up to the point where I am, you're rewatching or watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll mention, as well as put in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Dexter, Season 7, Episode 2. The title of this episode is called Sunshine and a Frosty Swirl. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. Deb leaves Dexter's place and starts to run away with Dexter chasing her. She stops to puke, tells Dexter not to fucking touch. She finds out Dexter's been killing people since he was 20 years old. Deb asks Dexter if he's the Bay Harbor Butcher, and Dexter says he only kills people like Travis Marshall. Dexter tells Deb about the need to kill. He tells Deb about the code. Dexter talks about some of his victims, 3 from Season 1. Deb punches Dexter. Ghost Harry gives his 2 cents, saying he should have been more careful, but Deb didn't arrest him. At least, not yet. Dexter wonders why the mannequin hand from the ice truck killer is at his apartment. Maybe somebody else is onto him, he says. Masuka sees Dexter looking in evidence for the hand and confesses and begs Dexter not to say anything. And Dexter's like, no problem, don't worry about it. Briefing time, and that main man Soderquist is present with a green polo in the background. Nobody's asking him for input, though, unfortunately. Deb puts Mike Anderson's photo on the screen, says his killer is still at large. Deb tells Dexter she was this close to arresting Dexter this morning. Deb tells Dexter that he's an addict, wants him to move in with her, and she'll watch him and stop him from doing, well, what you do. She loves him more than he'll ever know. She believes that there is good in him. LaGuerta goes through a private lab and finds out that the blood in the blood slide is in fact Travis Marshall's blood. Angel and Quinn visit the strip club again. Sounds like a good time. I think they're just going there because they enjoy the scenery. Nadia, one of the strippers, tells Quinn, what you're doing is preventing us from making money. No OnlyFans back then, I guess. Quentin pours her a shot. He doesn't work at the strip club, but just pours her a shot like he owns the place. I know he knows the, I'm forgetting the manager's name now. The guy that played Jason Gedrick plays. It'll come to me in the notes that I have here, but he asks her about the dead stripper, and I forgot her name too. It's Taja or whatever, something. And then Dexter arrives at Deb's place, and he's going to go to sleep in her bedroom. She's sleeping on the couch, that way she can keep an eye on him if he decides to leave. Deb says they're going to do everything together. Eat together, drive to work together, etc. Dexter says he hopes she has a big shower, kind of sarcastically, like, oh, we're going to shower together. Deb would really like that, Dexter. You have no idea. Spaghetti for dinner at Deb's place. Makes me hungry. I love some spaghetti. In fact, I just did a recording for my Big Bang Theory Season 4, Episode 22 video, and they ate spaghetti in that episode too, so it's a coincidence. I kind of got confused there when I read them. Like, did I just say this? It was the Big Bang Theory episode. Anyway, Deb calls Dexter a sick fuck. Jesus Christ. Deb wants him to call her when he feels an urge coming. Deb's doing this because he's her brother and she doesn't want to see him in prison or dead. Dexter's looking at the plans for Lewis Green's penthouse. Deb comes in the bedroom and tells him he should be sleeping. She knows he's up to something. Dexter asks Masuka how's it going out there in the sun with Wayne Randall. With the Wayne Randall thing. Dexter gets Deb to let him go help with the Wayne Randall stuff. Deb was going to come with, but then there's a break in the Mike Anderson case. They know Victor was with the dead dancer. There's a lunch break, and Dexter is able to go to Lewis Green's penthouse. He finds his card numbers at Lewis Green's place. He knows that Lewis is the one that closed his card accounts. He sees a blog by Lewis. He mentions Dexter a few times in the blog and that no one fucks with him. Ooh, Lewis, you idiot. He finds out that Lewis may have took control of his software, or I'm sorry. He finds out that Lewis may have took control of his, so I guess I said it right, his being Lewis's software company by setting somebody up. Lewis Green actually comes home while Dexter's investigating things, and Dexter actually confronts him. Lewis said he did what he did due to his game, and that Dexter shit all over it. He tells Lewis he never wants to see him again. Lewis, you better not show up. Dexter has a code, and rule number 1 is not to get caught. And if you fuck with him, you'll be mine to find. Or, well, in this case, Dexter's to find. Dexter gets back to work, and Deb is there and wonders where he was. He says he didn't kill anyone. Wayne Randall has more... I put Randall has more conversations with Randall. I do that sometimes. Wayne Randall has more conversations with Dexter. He notices that him and Deb there's some friction there. Batista tells George, that's his name, the manager of the strip club, next time he'll be back with a polygraph. George goes into his office and Isaac Serco has arrived. Oh, Isaac Serco, played by Ray Stevenson. Awesome. Nadia calls Quinn and says her car won't start and wonders if she could get a ride home tonight. Well, that's a little interesting. I thought a ride home meant a little bit of everything, but it really was just a ride home, unfortunately, even though I think she wanted to do more, but it didn't happen. LaGuerta opens up the Bay Harbor Butcher evidence box and compares the blood slides. Dexter goes to visit Harrison. Lewis is there. Lewis, you didn't take his warning seriously, and he's just not afraid of Dexter's warning. Quinn, of course, does drive Nadia home. Dexter needs A1 for the steak that Deb cooked for him. She turns to get it, and he puts something in her steak. Makes Deb pass out. Dexter leaves and goes to Lewis's place and gives him the M99. So Dexter apparently was going to kill Lewis Green, which I'm a little confused by that. I mean, he didn't do anything really wrong other than kind of blackmail him, but he really didn't blackmail him. He just was fucking with him. But Dexter actually calls Deb and tells her that he was losing control. And Deb says that's a huge step, as Deb came to where he was. Dexter sets Lewis on the bench without killing, but still knows he has to get him out of his life. Isaac Serco plays the dead stripper's ex Tony a visit with his henchman, Yuri, I think it is, or whatever, but Isaac Serco stabs Tony in the eye with a screwdriver, killing him. Wayne Randall sees that Dexter and Deb have patched things up, and of course, talks to Dexter about that. And then Wayne Randall mentions his old flame, someone named Hannah. Goosebumps when I said the name Hannah. Says Hannah used to think he was something special. Now she just thinks of him as a killer. And now there's just one last person that he being Wayne Randall, needs to kill. And then Wayne Randall runs into the street and gets hit by a semi-truck. Wow, okay. And Dexter's narration says Wayne Randall didn't change. He just couldn't take life in prison, which is what ends the episode. So this was a good episode. It had some good moments all around. Initially, well, other times I've watched this episode, I haven't been as fond of it. It's still good, but I haven't really thought it was that great. But there was some good moments in this episode. I'm actually going to score it a 9.3 out of 10. My female character of the episode, and Deb, you can know that your days are numbered as being the female character of every episode. I'm going to give Deb the female. I'm going to give Quinn the male. And as far as our killer that Dexter actually didn't kill, but Wayne Randall, I'll give him a 5.0 out of 10. I tend to do that when somebody doesn't really kill anybody in the episode. I just kind of the middle of the road score. And then Tony, well, he was a character that died in the episode. I'll give him a 1 out of 10 because, well, he just didn't really do much in the grand scheme of things. So you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn. If you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood and want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and it really does help out, smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Share the video with whomever you want. Put this video on any of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about your thoughts. It's very important. What would you rate this episode? Who would be your male and female character of the episode? Favorite moment if you have one? If you want to rate the people that died in this episode, which of course were Wayne Randall and Tony. Not that they really did a lot, but hey, rate them anyway. That's what I'm going to do. Anytime a character dies, I'm just going to rate the character if they have a name. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.